Hello, Steve. Today is Friday, February the 7th. As you can see, I've decided to pick up the bass today. I've got it all tuned up and ready to go. I took your advice and learned hot cross buns. And then stepped it up a notch and mastered Hysteria by Muse. I guess you could say that I know the basics. I'm going to continue my Oscar predictions with 3 categories today. So let's start with film editing. But before we start, I'm going to make it very clear that I don't know very much about this category. So I'm going to rely on research. Typically, there's a correlation between this category and the Best Picture category. And this could make me lean towards a movie that's highly favored to win Best Picture. But, according to hearsay, the frontrunner for this award is Gravity. As a matter of fact, Gravity is a frontrunner for almost all the technical awards. So, I'm going to go with popular opinion, and the only movie from the nominees that I've actually seen, which is Gravity. Next, on to sound editing and sound mixing. Because, for the uninformed, they're totally the same category. For both categories, I'm again going to pick Gravity. And this is based on what I said previously about the general consensus being Gravity sweeping the technical awards, things like sound editing, sound mixing, and film editing. Basically, I've made 4 award predictions, and I take my chances that at least a couple of these are going to be Gravity, and any upsets are just going to be unpredictable things that I never saw coming. Plus, of all the nominees of the categories I've mentioned today, it's the only movie I've seen, and it looked and sounded pretty good. So here's hoping that the movie Gravity is to the technical awards what actual gravity is to us, a constant force. Next, to respond to the theory you came up with, I'll address the 3 points you brought up. Points 1 and 2 are pretty much spot on. Point 3, however, about the French toast is totally off. And why point 3 is incorrect is because of your reasonable, but incorrect assumption. While French toast is technically a breakfast food, it was cooked up in the evening with 2 blokes by the name of Mark and Aaron. Mark was teaching me his recipe, and the night was the only time we had available. If you remember one of my previous videos, I mentioned it's off to make French toast, and that video was posted some point around 6 p.m., so clearly that was done in the evening. That being said, food was the correct place to look for coming up with a hypothesis. Some of the food was cooked up on blue and gray IKEA plates, and other food was being served up on more elegant dinnerware. So long story short, congratulations Steve, you mostly cracked the case. And yes, there is a girl. If you'd like to know more, I'd be glad to chat, but we're going to take that conversation off of YouTube. To wrap things up, on to chess. Conventional wisdom says I protect the pawn you put pressure on, but this is no conventional game. And I've decided to fight chaos with even more chaos. Pawn from C1 to D1. Bring on the chaos, Steve.